Hi everyone, I'm back with another project. This is something a little bit different. I was watching some YouTube videos a couple of weeks ago and I saw a great project using some envelopes. And unfortunately I can't remember the name of the channel that I was watching, so I do apologize for that. But I was very inspired by that, and so I have made some little journals from some envelopes. So this smaller one is made using 6.5 by 3.25 inch envelopes, and the larger one is made using 9.25 by 4.25 envelopes. So let me show you inside. So with this little one, I have just added some sheer fabric and a little bit of craft paper to the spine. You can see that the envelopes are coffee dyed. On the front, I've added a little bit of a couple of doilies, a bag with a vintage French tag in it, a little bit of trim, one of my favorite images here, this button card, and some buttons on the front. And then I've just tied it with some coffee dyed seam binding. Just make sure I'm still in frame here for you guys. Yes, okay. So inside you can see that this is the first envelope, and each of these are made using 3 envelopes. So this is the first envelope. You can see here's the opening here, and I have made it a little bit stronger by just adding some cardstock to the front and back covers. And then there's 2 signatures. So there's a signature in the front, there's another envelope in the middle, and then another signature at the back. And each signature I have added 3 pages, so that's 12 sides in each signature, and so there are 24 sides in these little journals. And they're not, of course, going to be really kind of hardy enough to be taken in and out of your purse all the time, and so I think these are probably little journals that you would keep at home on your desk to make little notes in, to make lists, that kind of thing. So in this one I've done a little bit of stamping. I've added avocado dyed papers. Here I have just clipped on a jeweler's envelope that I've coffee dyed. That's from J9 Scraps on Etsy. And then I've just adhered this really pretty floral image. I've added some silver stickles to the edges, and then I've just left it open at the top for a tag. This is actually some graph paper, and in coffee dyeing it looks like most of the lines have come off, so it looks like coffee dyed paper, plain coffee dyed paper. I've added a little bit of avocado dyed seam binding here, and then I've just left a lot of blank space. If you know, if you watch my channel, you know that I like to leave lots of space in journals because my personal feeling is that they're for journaling, they're for writing, they're for list making. So that's what these are really set up for. Little notes to yourself, little to-do lists, you know, your shopping list, that kind of thing. And so that's the middle of the signature. And then on this side, I've got more trim here. This one, of course, is a little bit of a sewing themed book. So I've added this really pretty blue and pink image, and then some just some lined paper that I've done some stamping on. Really pretty ruffled trim. And then this is a little fold out here. And then this is the center envelope, and I've opened it on the side here. I've reinforced it with some cardstock again. And then I have just added this little bit of extra avocado dyed paper for more list making. On this side, I have added a pocket with this pretty postcard and this dress form that I see I have to add a little bit of trim to the top. And I've added some music paper. So this is the second signature. I've added some music paper, more avocado dyed paper, a little pocket with a tag and a journaling card, and more graph paper. stamped again. And then I've added a little pocket here with some pretty trim again and buttons. I've got a couple of sewing themed journaling cards here. And on the back here in the music paper pocket, I've just got another tag and one of my favorite little girl images, and I'm actually thinking about just adhering that. I think I probably will. And a little bit of pretty bow trim there. And then this is the third envelope, and you can see it's open here. So that is the first one. And the larger one here, I have added to the back some of that cardstock to reinforce it. And on the front, I have layered some doilies and a couple of, or some sheer fabric and some craft paper and music paper and one of my favorite images. I've done a little bit of stamping here and added some lace. So again, this is a coffee dyed envelope, and again, it's made with 3 envelopes. I have some avocado dyed seam binding here for the closure. And you can see here is the first envelope, and I've done the same thing. There's 3 envelopes, one for each cover, one in the center, and then 6 pages in each of the 2 signatures. So very similar, coffee dye paper with stamping, lots of trims. I've added lots of seam binding. I've clipped on this little printed envelope. There's nothing in that envelope, it's just clipped on. I've added some coffee dyed note paper here, and I've done a little bit of a collage at the top. Again, more stamping. Great place for your lists. And this is some sari silk and a stamped tag that I've just added, along with some little bit of corner stamping here. Pocket here, I've added this large tag and then just a couple of other pieces for journaling. And here's a fold out here. And this is a center envelope. On this one, I have opened it at the top here. And in the top, I have added just a little kind of notepad, really, with just some extra papers in it for more journaling. And I've used my Tim Holtz die at the top and just added a little bit of fun trim. So this is the center envelope. I've added another of J9 Scraps Jewelers envelopes with a little bit of trim, and then this cute flash card with more gathered trim here. This is a second signature, again with 3 pages in it. And here I've done very similar decoration to the smaller one and similar stamping. And then on this one, I stamped onto some coffee dyed tracing paper, and then I've just sewed that onto a little journaling card. Really pretty bird journaling card, and I don't know where I got that from. It was in my journaling cards folder on my computer, and it doesn't say where it's from, unfortunately, so apologize, I can't tell you where I got that. And again, that lined note paper. And more lined paper, ledger paper here that's coffee dyed. I love working on ledger paper. And in this pocket I have another large tag with some trim. I have another of those stamped journaling cards, and then this collaged Library Rolodex card. And that's the back. You can see that's the third envelope. So that is my latest projects. These are going to be available in my Etsy shop. Actually, the larger one I believe is spoken for. She's going to have a look at this video, and if she likes it, she'll take it. If she decides not to take it, then it will be listed in my Etsy shop. And certainly if it is not in my shop and you would like one, please just message me on Etsy. I'm happy to make another one. I'm going to do a little bit of a tutorial to show you how I did this, because it is very quick and very easy, and they make great gifts, I think. You can see the 2 signatures sewn in here. So, I mean, they're not terribly hardy, but certainly they're great, I think, just to keep around the house, make some lists. If you're watching, say, your YouTube videos and you get some ideas from a YouTube video, you know, use this for your little notebook. Anyway, I just wanted to share with you what I've done, let you know that these are going to be in my shop, and I will be back shortly with the quick tutorial on how I made these. Thanks for joining me today.